Okay, so this video is a little different than my usual website tutorials. So in this video, I paid for a website for $100 and a website for $30 on Fiverr.com, a full custom website. And I'm in no way sponsored by Fiverr. I've never even used Fiverr until I did this video. This is purely experimental. I just want to see how little can we pay for a website and what is it going to look like. But who knows, I might be completely surprised. But you guys will never guess the startup business that I came up with for these designers to make a website for. And you also will not believe what I got back. So let's rewind a week and see how this all unfolds. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be going on to Fiverr.com, and what I'm going to be doing is looking for somebody that's got high ratings, but also will do the project for $100 or less, because this is just all experimental. Let's just say you needed a website and all you've got is $100 in your pocket. Maybe Fiverr would be the way to go. I have no idea. First thoughts are I don't have very high hopes, just because $100 is really, really cheap for a full website. And then you've got multiple pages. So I don't know. We'll see. I could be completely surprised. But I am going to be blurring out names because, again, I'm not sponsored by Fiverr or the people that I may pull up to hire for these projects. So I'm not trying to skew the results by any means. Purely experimental. So let's go ahead and go to Fiverr.com and get this started. Okay, so I'm just going to go up to Fiverr, and it's pretty simple. You just kind of search in the search bar for whatever you want. So I'll do website design. No, let's do WordPress website, because that's what I want. I want a WordPress website made. And you can kind of just like pick any of these people to do it, and you can see there's prices right here, and then they have ratings. But I'm going to put in a price range because I only want to spend up to $100 over here. And then I'll just input that. And here's all the people that we have to do it. And I kind of plunked around in these earlier. And there was a few that, you know, they wouldn't do design customization or anything like that. They just kind of upload your theme for you, which we all know does not cost $100. So we want to get a lot for our money. So this guy right here does it for $100. So I was looking at prices as I was scrolling down, and this guy is doing it for $100, and he's got a 5-star rating, and he's done 84 projects apparently. So, and he's only got one order in the queue, so he should be able to get this to me pretty quick. His delivery time says 5 days right here, and it says 3 pages, design customization. He'll upload my content, and it's responsive design. So that's one thing I'm going to put these guys to the test for. I'm going to pull up the website on mobile and see if it actually is responsive. So this guy looks pretty good. Down here, I think, yeah, the only thing he doesn't do is e-commerce, which, I mean, for $100, I probably wouldn't want to either. And his average response time is 12 hours. So that's pretty good. So I think I'm going to go with this guy. And then I found this guy earlier right here who will do it for $30, and it's apparently 2 pages, design customization, he'll upload content, responsive design again, and 1 plugin, all for $30, which just seems incredibly unrealistic, but we'll see. I'm just going to go ahead and do it and see what happens. His average response time is 1 hour, and recent delivery was 2 days ago, so let's go ahead and sign up for these. So I'm going to go back to the 100. Oh, actually, let's figure out what website are we going to have these guys make for us. So what I was thinking, because I have 0 plans for this, I was thinking of pulling up a random word generator and just see what comes up. You know, let's get a noun and a verb and then just create a startup business based around that. Who knows, it might actually be good, and I will flip it and sell it to somebody depending on what it is. So let's go ahead and pull up a random word generator. Okay, you can see I've clicked on a couple of these before because I was trying to see if these were actually word generators. So random word generator, number of words, we'll just do 1. Let's just generate. Okay, so let's just keep clicking this until something maybe funny kind of pops up or anything that we could work with. That's the one. we're gonna go with pigeon. Why don't we do, let's do a pigeon carrier training, or carrier pigeon breeding and training. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click on continue for $100. Oh, he's got extras. Extra fast 3-day delivery. No, you know what? I want to stick for $100. So the total will be $105 because that's a service fee. So let's just go ahead and do it. So order now. I always hate making passwords. There we go. They always need, like, you know, uppercase, a symbol, a number, your firstborn child, you know, a social security number. Like, they just need so much stuff all the time. Okay, so let's continue. Join. Okay, so now we're good. So now that we've got an account, I'm just going to click order now. Okay, processing. So far, so good. Okay, what do we got? Okay, so it looks like I have to give them a URL, a domain cPanel access for hosting, what I want, I guess, as far as pages, and then a logo. So let's tackle these one at a time. So URL. So if I want a URL and hosting, obviously, I'm going to go to HostGator because that's what I use. But I'm going to do createaprowebsite.com/hosting because you can get an awesome discount on hosting and domain names. This is one that I worked out special with HostGator. As you can see, got my logo up here. So if anyone needs a website, this is where you should get hosting. Okay, so I'm going to just get the cheapest possible plan. Okay, new domain name. Let's go with pigeonsareus.com. No! What? How was that taken? Oh, man. Okay. Let's try. How is that taken? Pigeonmart.com. Oh my god! Pigeon Mart is taken too. There's a lot more pigeon websites out on the internet than I thought. Okay, let's get clearer or simpler. Let's do pigeontrainer.com. Bingo. Okay, that's the one. Pigeontrainer.com. Nice. Okay, let's do that. And okay, got the coupon code, Create a Pro Website. By the way, this is my affiliate link, so if you use it, I am legally obligated to say that, but it saves you a huge discount. So anyway, feel free to use that if you want. Okay, agree, check out. Cool, so currently setting up my account. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and put in my URL here. So we've got pigeontrainer.com. Okay, so let's go down. So now we need a logo. So I'm just gonna go make one at logomaker.com. Good enough for me. Okay, so I went ahead and filled out all the information for the second guy as well. So now we just wait a week. Okay, so it's been roughly 1 week, and we've got both of our websites back, so we're going to be taking a look at those. Now, I will be doing critiques on these websites, because this channel is all about learning how to make websites from home, so it only makes sense. But I'm by no means going to be exploiting these designers or, you know, ripping apart their work or making fun of them. Purely professional. So, let's go ahead and jump in. I think you're going to be surprised at the results as much as I was. So, let's do it. Okay, so our first website, which was the one for $100, was pigeontrainer.com. So, bam, there's a little animation there. That was kind of cool. There's looks like a slider here at the top that you can poke around through, and look at these pictures of pigeons. That's awesome. Look at how regal this pigeon looks. Yeah, this slider is actually a pretty nice slider. It looks like all the text and the button is the same for every one of these. So, I mean, I guess if it were me, I would have made those all different. Like maybe one is training, one is breeding, one's DIY guides with like separate buttons to each of those sections. But overall, I mean, it's not a bad slider. And he picked pretty good images, and it looks like he put a black overlay so you can actually read the text better. I will say the button, if it were me, I would make it brighter. So I'd make like a bright blue button or green or something that actually stands out more. This is very hard to see. And this should be your call to action button. It should pretty much be the most important thing up here at the top of your website. It should be something like, you know, hire me or get a free quote for training or something like that. So yeah, I would maybe change that. And when I click on it, it just says click me. So that's, you know, kind of hard to understand where that's going to take me until you actually click on it. But it takes me to the contact page, which is nice. This page is actually built pretty well. I love the image in the background. The color all looks very consistent. I maybe would have made this button a separate color, but I mean, it still stands out pretty well. Honestly, for $100, this is really not bad at all. Although I did try out the contact form here, and it did not go to my email that I sent him. I asked it to be hooked up to my email, and it didn't appear to happen. So, you know, I would have to go back there and hook it up myself, but really not a big deal. So the About Me page is the last page we haven't checked. Again, really not that bad. It's got a section where I can write my story. The text is easy to read. You know, it's a good font, good color. I don't know who this guy is. I didn't give him a picture of myself, so probably just picked a random person. I love this little banner right here that animates in. I saw this on the home page as well. I love banners like this that kind of just ask a simple question like, hey, what do you need from me? Or how can we serve you? And it gives you a nice button that when you hover over it, you know, you can tell it's clickable. I'm pretty sure I saw that on the home page as well. Let me just double check. So again, everything animates in. Oh, there's a breeding section, training section, and a DIY guide section, which is what I asked for. I put that in the requirements, so that's awesome. I think, again, the text is very easy to read. I maybe would have put buttons on each of these. It actually takes you to a separate page for that. But again, I only asked for 3 pages on this website, so that's not on him. That was on me. I asked for a home, an about me, and a contact me. But if I were going to keep building this website, I would definitely add buttons that go to more pages for more info like that. Or maybe put, you know, some previews of some guides I've written right here. Yeah, so this banner's on here too. So I love that. Honestly, not a bad website. And let's see if it is responsive. Oops. Here we go. So let's see if this one is responsive. So looks like it is. So this is just mimicking mobile view. The same thing would happen on my phone if I were to pull it up. And honestly, it looks like it's all built responsively. So that's pretty cool. So let's go check out the website for $30. So this is the website for $30. Again, for $30, that's really not that bad. You can tell I'm logged into WordPress here. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. The text is very hard to read. You know, not the greatest website, but for $30, come on. So these buttons, I would have made these hoverable, you know, and clickable. Like, I love that he put guide 1, guide 2, guide 3, so I could fill those with some guides that I've made about pigeons. But they're not hoverable. You know, I want them to look like they're interactable. So that's one critique. This text is extremely hard to read. I maybe would have just made this solid white and darkened the text, or maybe used a different font that wasn't so thin, or maybe just did a semi-bold on that. And this text is a little too big. I would have made this probably half that size. You know, like maybe more like this size for the actual heading 1. So heading 1, I would have made the same size as this, and then I would have made this text even smaller. Which this text is really hard to read as well. I don't know if it's just the type of font, but yeah, having a hard time reading that. These buttons work though. So breeding, training, the jump buttons all appear to be working, which is really cool. Same with contact. And we've got some social buttons here. So these are hoverable. I would have done the exact same thing with the guide buttons. And the contact form, just like the other website, did not actually work. I tried to put in a test email, and nothing hit my inbox. So this website, I actually logged in, and it was built with Elementor. So I think he probably used a template with Elementor. But yeah, I mean, I love Elementor. It's a great free page builder. So I could just go in and edit this however I want. But I clicked on the contact form, and you can see over here, this is his email, but I'm blurring it out because, again, I'm not trying to exploit anyone. So, yeah. For 30 bucks, not that bad. And this website is actually responsive, which was pretty impressive, you know, for 30 bucks. On my phone, it looks a little different. There's not this little bar at the top, but yeah, I mean, all the text, all the images, all the sections just seem to be looking pretty good on mobile. So yeah, not bad. All in all, not bad for the money spent. But I will say my #1 recommendation is just to do this yourself from home. You don't need any web design experience if you follow one of my tutorials here. In fact, I've even got one called How to Create a Website in 10 Minutes, and it shows you how to do everything they just did yourself with no experience necessary, and it's all step by step. So I will link that in the description if you want to do that, and you could save 100 bucks or 30 bucks. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. It does a lot of good for me. Or consider subscribing to my channel if you want more awesome website tutorials, more experimental videos like this, all related to